I job hopped through my entire 20s, and here is every single job I did until I found what stuck. Get ready with me as we go through my whole job hopping timeline and why I quit job hopping. Job I ever had, I worked at a horse barn and I mucked out like stall poop, and I did a little bit of light training for beginners. Through my high school's work study program, I worked at a cancer institute hospital and I did file clerk, where I literally had to take like paper files and file them, which is kind of funny now because of what I do currently. At college, I tutored mathematics and I was a student caller, so I was that annoying person that would call alumni for money, and weirdly I was good at it. And then the other thing I did was I was a bartender and waitress at Hooters. Just for background, I studied agribusiness management and agronomy at Michigan State University, and that is what I got my first job out of college in. Something called crop protection sales, and pretty much I sold chemicals to farmers and like places that they buy it at. And yeah, I kind of knew it wasn't a right fit, but I stuck it out because I was always told don't quit. Looking back, I should have just left because I was really actually gravitating toward the technology side of agriculture, and like foreshadowing that I didn't even notice at that time, I'd end up going into it. So I end up thinking that the problem is the company that I'm at. So I end up job hopping from like ag sales job to ag sales job, not really realizing, wait, it's just not a right fit. The job itself isn't a right fit, and also the industry isn't a right fit. Switch to the agronomy side. I am just talking to farmers, helping them with their planning overall, and I find out that's also not a fit either, which is fine. 7 years old now, and I see a random TikTok about learning how to code, and I realized like I've always been fascinated about it. I loved making like Excel formulas and automating stuff. I just never made the connection that this is something I should be doing full time, and I take a chance. Remember how I said it's funny that my first job was like doing file stuff? Well, it's funny, my first tech job, so I take that chance, teach myself how to code, and I post my journey on here. And the first job I get is automating away medical files, like reading them and like filing them basically. So that's just weird. Circle of life stuff, and strange how like all these clues were there, but I just couldn't see them at the time. Anyways, I quit job hopping after that. I just found something that fit, and I really love what I do. And I guess the whole point of sharing all this is I hope if you're feeling lost in your 20s that that's perfectly normal, and it's okay to pivot, and it doesn't even matter like what age you are. Like you are allowed to go, hey, this doesn't serve me anymore and I need a change. Like you could say that my whole 20s was a waste, but it really wasn't, because I work with so many of those people today, just in a different capacity, actually with my new skill. So glad that I wasn't afraid to try something new and suck at something new for a little bit. And you shouldn't be afraid to try something new either. So best of luck. I'm rooting for you. Have a great rest of your week.